It's like a theater performance out here. I don't know how your week has been. For us, it's been really amazing. Personally, for me, it's been great. I'm going to ask the gentlemen how it was for them. But of course, you're joining the best show in Africa, that is Trendsetters. You can use the hashtag TTTT. We're going to be reading your feedback in just a bit. Follow me at Brian_Aseli. And of course, without much ado, I'd like to welcome three amazing gentlemen. There's one who can do an introduction for themselves. Because this week, I'm not talking to teams that were beaten. Why would you support Chelsea? Why would you support Chelsea? Nice wording, by the way.
Aseli,
Kila team imewaoa.
There is being beaten.
Yeah.
Then there is being beaten like Chelsea. Like that is so. Unajua, mpaka now I feel like I staki kwa enjoy because it will be discussing the disabled. Like they are so badly off.
Yeah.
Chelsea is now.
Hiyo ndio inaitwa kunyanyuliwa. You know, unaweza mtu za kubeba hivi lakini ndio kunyanyuliwa.
So whatever happened,
come on.
Whatever happened during the Champions League was unfortunate. Wacha tuseme tu hivyo. It was very unfortunate. Kwanza team tulirarua tuka lift one of the last trophies that we need to complete every single trophy in existence. Thank you very much.
Let me ask you,
what you were saying,
world champion in which world? Because these people won a pre-season trophy.
Yeah.
A trophy no one else was vying for. Do you know, if I ask Ndega is a long-time football fan.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa unajua hii cup ya World FIFA sijui Club World Cup ina exist.
I think nikipitia TikTok naongelea for you unapata random just random videos. That's how I got to know.
Wacha kwanza niume ile pose ya coach yenye na umaga alafu niseme hakuna next season.
Next season. Asante. Nimeanza kuchukua quotes zetu. That's very inspiring.
This is very inspiring.
But your week? How was your week? We
like W-E-A-K.
Yeah.
How was your week? Daddy Matu.
Tell me how to.
My week has been great. Nimekuwa busy hii wiki. Nashukuru Mwenyezi. I have been quite engaged.
Sasa wacha tuongee na top of the table. Mkoaje huko?
But you engaged?
Matu, umeanza tena. Matu, umeanza hii. Umeanza upya.
Wewe usikila mtu. Wewe basi usikila mtu.
Wewe Ndenga. Focus on everything I do from my waist and above. Anything I do with my waist and below. Achana nayo.
Ile tii tutapewa. Yes. Once beaten, twice shy.
Team yenu from waist below.
Don't focus on that.
So let's not focus on that. How was your week?
I've had an amazing week. At least for once, the meteorological department has predicted and their prediction has come to pass.
Yeah.
They said it was going to rain. Today, town is a mess. I don't know how the rest of the country is. People will tell us on Twitter, kama uko Bungoma, Busia, because I realized sometimes we talk like everyone who's watching is in Nairobi.
Yeah.
And there are people who are in Champala. Oh, sorry, Mato. There are people who are in Bungoma who are watching.
Hapana.
Mtu akinyeshewa tu akikuja studio siku moja, anamwagiwa kila kitu, ananyeshewa na zote. The rain outside was enough for me, bwana.
Wacha niseme sorry. Me by the way, Daddy Matu pole. Me hata siongei story.
Unajua the rest of us tumeanza kunyeshewa leo, but the rain started
As soon as
Then how are you and how is your team?
My team sisi tuko sawa. It's about, you know,
wale wakucheza mara moja kwa mwezi.
Yeah, right now we're just doing clean sheets.
Consistency.
Yes, consistency matters, you know, and what's not. Imvo imenifanya mbaya. At some point it has rendered me some few coins less. So lakini tunangangana tu.
Ni kweli. Unajua kufanya kazi kuishi Kirenyaga Road ni noma.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Lazima ulipe mtu.
Wewe anza show bana. Anza show asili.
Tusaambiwa twende break saa.
Twende break saa. We're going to jump straight to the first story, and of course I'll take you to Busia because Busia Governor Paul Otuoma has been sued by a Boda rider seeking 100 million shillings in damages. Now, the petition claims Otuoma assaulted the rider during a county event. where the county boss was distributing maize seeds. The petition filed at Milimani High Court accuses the governor of gross misconduct over an incident that happened on March 6, 2026 at Bukri Market in Funyula constituency. Now, through lawyer Danstan Omari, now that's the key word, through lawyer Danstan Omari, the petitioner alleges Hamisi faced obstruction while seeking medical care at what I can't see those words. But at a hospital, at a county hospital, saying the interference was linked to the governor's office. Now, I would like to just hear what you have to say, because naona ni kama walipiga kumfu ingine hatari sana. Wish tungekuwa na hiyo footage.
Yeah, it's there. See?
It's there. Yeah. My directors, wacha tuisikie. Hapo sawa kabisa. I don't know what you have to say about this, gentlemen. Let's start with Nenga.
As the Nini suggests, this is the time kuomoka teke. And apart from that, also, I can see some people have bought Lexus Nini through defamation na vitu kama hizo. So if it is the trend that will get you a car, if it is this trend that will get you a house, then go for it. Look for it. Look for those opportunities.
Don't be
This
afraid.
is an opportunity. Go knock yourself out with such opportunities.
Then is there another one you've not used? But you're too to it to me.
These were all options for the title for the segment today.
Yes, he said I'm going to use all of them. All of them. For those who keep wondering, then and anaandikanga hizo upuzi chini. Anaandika hizo upuzi. Ndio hizi amekuja kuzisema zote.
Wanifuate hapo chini, si ndio? Nataka nichukua pale Kiambu Road.
Aya, teke.
But for me, I feel like this guy is in the right track. Is on the right track, and he should be compensated. And I'm using a previous example of a deputy chief justice in this country.
You should know.
Lost her job.
Yeah.
Because of allegedly pinching someone's nose.
Allegedly.
Pinching someone's nose. Allegedly. Pinching someone's nose. Lost her job. I do not know if there was an issue of compensation and whatnot. But this is where now I start talking about those things people say, what would happen if it was a man?
Yeah.
This is one of those cases. I feel like even though some people are saying 100 million is excessive, tuambieni bei ya teke basi ni ngapi? Because we want to know, so that in the coming election, for every teke a police officer will meet on a protester, we will know the price of the teke. Mtuambie kama si 100 million, basi ni pesa ngapi? Teke ni pesa, kupigwa teke ni pesa ngapi? So that we can know this is the price we are putting on this moving forward.
But the guy as well and a target poor, because if you start with 100 million, at least when you fall around 2 million, 10 million, at least better than nothing.
So bei ya jioni.
Yeah.
Sasa nikwambie kiwa Danstan Omari is representing this man. You know, umse ashindwangi kesi rahisi. I don't know what you have to say about that, Daddy Mato.
You know, the interesting thing is, I'm sure this was not his idea. It was not the Boda Riders' idea. It must have come from Danstan Omari and his legal team, where they said, tumeona kitu online. Hapa kuna opportunity.
Allegedly.
Wait. Mimi niko na history hapa. It is alleged. I allege myself. This view does not represent any opinion of Nation Media Group or the Trendsetters.
Yes.
But it could be that the idea was fronted by the Danstan Omari legal team because they saw an opportunity. They saw it online. It is not like the Barasa story where it was alleged that Alikunyo Inyoro, Alikunyo Pua, we've seen the footage, and it's been a discussion online. But you see, a common theme that is happening, especially in this season with politicians, is kiburi. Kiburi imewaja. And I'm sure there's another story probably we'll discuss sometime later in the episode, where this so wacha tu niseme hii na nina hope asiwatch hii episode kwa sababu so yesterday I was playing some golf at some place in Thika Greens the day before yesterday, and then because we were shooting as we were playing golf at the area where they are supposed to tee off. We were allowed to shoot. Then when we are not shooting, we move away. Whoever wants to start playing can start playing, and then we come back and continue.
So when you course walikuja,
for some reason there is a very prominent politician within that area. Alikuja akaanza kuuliza, Kwani hawa watu hawajui hii ni golf course? Tukashindwa, tuko na permission to
like, kwani hamjui hiyo ni golf course? Kama if you can't contact your shot at a golf course, what is this shooting business? So let uchokora fix.
So the issue at that point was,
yes,
it was very clear. It had been told to them what is going on. By the time somebody is going to the course, they're being told, so there is something that is happening there.
Yes.
So they will give you time to start teeing off, and then tunaendelea hivi. Sasa hii kiburi
Mato, I don't know you kwa mwoga. Just drop that name. Shame the devil.
Shame the devil. Wasema nitika tukupe majina alafu sasa uamue.
Gentlemen,
we have the list ya watu wako kwa hiyo.
What you're going to do is you're going
club.
to give Didimus some time. So let's take a break. On the other side of the break, tunaanza tuna hiyo Gina as the first thing, so that it has nothing to do with this story. Keep on using the hashtag TTTT. We take a short commercial break. We are back, and it's a noisy area over here. We are flooding with words. Lazima flood. Right now, hashtag TTTT.
Drop the name. Drop that name.
Lazima
drop the name.
Wait, what's the story? Right now, we're going to get into the next story. In case you don't know us, my name is Brian Aseli. Of course, Didimus, supporting Chelsea.
Yes.
Once beaten, twice shy, but they were beaten twice, so I don't know how many times they're going to be shy. And on the other hand, tuko na Ndenga and
top of the
coach.
Top
of the table.
Supporting.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Supporting Bruno Cunha.
Clean sheet.
Let's go on to the next one. This is a story that's going to be taking us to places where we've never been before. Or actually, we've just been before, because this is what politicians are doing in this country. So there was a disheartening moment as MP Didimus humiliated a man during a church drive fundraiser after he brought what seemed to be not enough in his presence. Now, is this how a leader should conduct himself? Let's listen in.
Hii pesa nani? Hiyo enda weka pale kwa sadaka, alafu keti chini. Kibiti, dakika 2.
Unfair. I don't know what you have to say about this. Wewe umekuja na pesa yako, unatoa na roho safi kwa mchango, wanakuambia hii pesa haitoshi, enda utoe kwa sadaka. So nashangaa kwani sadaka inafaa pia kwa kidogo ama? I didn't know. I didn't understand that context, but
hapo huyu jamaa alilose opportunity. Alilose opportunity kama ile Yesu alikuwa nayo wakati ule mama alikuja akatoa kitu kidogo, baada ya wengine wamekuja wametoa kila kitu yao. Alilose opportunity ya kusema, mnaona huyu? Hii ndio ako nayo, hii ndio imefika mwisho. Na ametoa na roho mkunjufu kusupport hii chama. Hii chama inaenda hadi kwa wale watu wa huko chini or whatever. But instead, kwa sababu just as I said, kiburi. Kiburi imewajaza. There's a lot of dehumanization that is in between the politicians and whoever they're supposed to be leading. Yeah, exactly. Not even leaders. The politicians and who they're supposed to be leading. And it is so unfortunate. My friend, kuwa kadi.
Kuwa kadi. Haya, tuongelee story ya kadi tu sahi.
No, bungoja. You know, sometimes I wonder, two things I have to say about this story. I'll say quick. Thing one is, kuna mtu amenionea jamaa anaitwa Simba Arati because kuna mali nataka kumtuma. Kuna wakati alisema, unajua unaweza kimbizwa saa hii. Unajua
unaweza sema usalimu
ukimbizwe saa hii na unaweza kimbizwa saa hii. And this was the guy. And then a few days later, kofia yake ilikuwa kwa rally mahali ikitumika huko. So humility, this kiburi iko tu when it comes to citizens. Again, there's the alleged story the other time when someone was shot, someone lost their life.
Shot dead, yes.
And
it's
this person was accused to be involved. He was on the run for a couple of days. The last thing I need to say about this story is, this time we are holding Kenyans responsible for every single person that is going to go back in parliament.
Yes,
true.
We are holding you responsible. It's not about, we are not going to talk about politicians anymore. We are going to talk about you, the people of Kimilili. Nyinyi ndio tutawaongelesha next time. It's not about what this person has done, what he has. No. That's not what we are going to talk about anymore.
Ndenga.
Citizen responsibility must be a thing that we will talk about.
I think I like what you're saying, because tumekuwa tukibebo ufala, and this time around I don't think it's supposed to be the same. Then how do you have to say about
Where's the leadership? where is the leadership? That's all I can say. Where is the leadership?
Yeah, because kidogo mtaona wanakuja wanavaa mpaka nguo zetu wanakula mutura na sisi, and it's just a few months from now.
You know that person. You know that person. Hiyo kidogo yenye alitoa ndio hiyo, and it goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know, a million bob starts with 1 shilling. Ukitoa shilingi moja kwa million, it's no longer 1 million. It's whatever it is.
I'm suspecting.
And you see for this guy,
yes.
Unless labda alikuwa nakatia sister yake akamtoka, ndio anamfanyia hivyo vile anamfanyia, but it was unnecessary. It was uncalled for.
I'm suspecting that what is happening here is not the amount of money. It is where it is coming from.
Okay.
I'm suspecting that this person is coming from a rival group, and the money they have, either themselves or the person they are representing, belong to an opposite and opposing group. So that's why when they were seen, wakaulizwa na hiyo yako, hiyo peleka huko na uende ukae chini, so that you don't come here and talk your opposition politics.
And there was a better way of dismissing that guy.
That is disrespectful, outrightly disrespectful. Now we're going to go on to the next story. So a video captured by popular biker Brayo. In fact, by there, kuna song yake composed to him by Tesla.
When you say Brayo, you have to say Oya. We have to say Oya.
Oya.
Brayo, Oya.
Oya.
A Boda carrying 3 passengers narrowly escaped what could have been a deadly accident. Now I want you to take a look at this. Yeah, and just the other day we saw that NTSA has released something, video cameras on the highways and different platforms, and what wanafaa kulipa fines. But I don't know if it's only the highways that are pretty close to Nairobi. But what do you have to say about such an incident? Because they would have easily been turned into minced meat. Like, it would have been a bad accident. Would have been a bad accident.
For me, it's the traffic police for me.
What?
Ebona vile aliondokea.
A lot of people didn't even see that there is a traffic police in that video.
Bona director tunyanyulie tena.
Iko pale.
Look at how the nini. Like, ngori nyenye.
I haven't seen him. Sikuwa nimemcheki.
Yeah, so it's sad that these boys were drunk. Easily tungepoteza kura 3. Tungekuwa kadi less. Kadi less, kadi 3. This thing is serious, and we know how these guys you know, they are, you know, ndo upeleke ndudhi hakuna shule umeenda. First of all, it's just learning by yourself, by your friends and everything, so you don't follow track.
Na wale uenda.
Yes, majority, let me say quite a number they go, but you see in such a situation, vijana wakai ni kama they seems that they look like they were intoxicated. So ni wanajaribu kutafuta tu raundi mwenda waende, but it could have ended
badly. What I noted here for me is it is a biker exposing the misbehavior of other bikers. This is to say that the whole industry is not rotten, and it is a good thing that now the good apples are coming out, and Brayo has really tried. He needs to be applauded. He has been really on top of his game in terms of trying to get other bikers to behave. While on
accountability.
The road. He's always having his right gear on. He's always having his right papers on. He's always riding well. And every time akisimamishwa na polisi, even when it is about nothing, he always stops. So. And he is always educating other riders. Va helmet bana, va reflector, va nini, so that they are riding safe on the roads.
Unajua kuna difference ya watu wawili. Kuna bikers na kuna wase wa nduthi. So I'm not saying
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Because
Wachana Chelsea. Wachana Chelsea.
I want to agree with you.
Wachana Chelsea.
Nasema
those Chelsea fans.
Kuna bikers na kuna wase wa nduthi. Kuna difference.
There's a big difference. You see, for watu wa bikers, they follow rules. They wanakaa kwa jam. Wanafanya vitu kama wataki kujiwa, manake wamefungwa. TV imefungwa.
Hata usiongee sahi. We'll take a break. And then when we come back, we'll start with you, because you have to tell us.
Hamkusema kwa Champions League, unataka kusema hapo.
I'm just saying, you don't speak football. I don't know. So we're going to take a short commercial break. We'll come back with responses in just a bit. We are back, the best show in Africa ongoing right now. Trendsetters with me, most bankable host Brian Aseli. You can use the hashtag TTTT. As we do that, we'd like to receive some feedback. Wacha tusikie watu wamesemaje hapa hivi.
Sikuwa niseme comment yangu kwani kuliendaje?
Ya ile story ya
watu za maana kama za feedback alafu hizo
Sasa
no. We have to be if it was the formation that was wrong ama the coach. What do you want to say?
sasa simwache mimi niongee.
Nini mbaya?
Simwache mimi niongee. Mimi hii ndio kitu nataka kusema. There's something I noticed about this, especially a lot of clips by Brayo Oya. Then do the guys really respect him? They really do, and it's not just because anakuaga na camera nini. They know him, they respect him, they value what he's saying,
yes.
And it is again going to what Kwat said. Kudos to him. He needs to be applauded more. Yes. Now back to this guy. It is still a man. They are still a menace, and something still needs to be done even further beyond what it is now. So nasikuwa na mambo mingi.
By the way, kuna strong points hapo hivyo.
And I also want to
big up. Strong points ndio tujui Chelsea kwa nini haikuwa. Basi wacha tupeane feedback.
Also Nini Aseli.
Yes.
I've just been noted with my Boda guy.
Yeah.
He was telling me we need to applaud even the fact that now they're unionizing. That's a good thing. That hata mpaka wako na uniform.
Yes.
Za boda wa Jericho ndio hawa.
Yes.
Boda wa Kawangware ndio hawa. That's a good thing. That makes it easier to identify the bad apples.
Yeah, because first of all kuna watu wenye wana earn a living from that na kuna wale wanapiga lap nazo because from an area where I was raised in Kawangware, a friend of mine was actually arrested na ikajulikana kwamba nduthi yake ilipatikana ikiiba usiku. So akasema mimi usiku wanapatia mtu ndio apige squad, at least apate chakula jioni ama apate a little bit for themselves, but then they switch hands and then later on that bike is used for crime. So I believe that is actually very responsible.
Wewe rafiki yako atuambie ukweli. Achana na mambo za kupenda.
But ni rafiki yangu nitamuuliza tu. Aya, feedback, any feedback guys?
Well, this is a feedback So sijui ni address, sidhani ni matusi, ameandika tu ambia nyanyako hivyo.
About what?
So it's about Chelsea. So NTV's page, Facebook has tweeted, has posted your story. Vile tulianza na Chelsea ni kama walisahau. So they've posted that Chelsea ni kama walisahau mpira. Wameanza kuimba next season. Sasa admin umeambiwa ambia talk to your grandmother like that.
Wacha tupeane feedback ya ukweli bwana.
Which side?
Aya,
wapande gani? Please.
Stalon says Nikokadi, alafu I'm also hurting as a City fan, enjoying the show from Mshomoroni. We also have Derek Asonga says this story is the one for Didimus Barasa. I feel they went to the wrong leadership class. Ni kama walienda leadership. SMH, TTTT, Nikokadi.
Aya, wacha tusikie. Alan Odwor anasema also discuss the man's conduct. He lacked decorum. Why was he not lining up like the women did? Such behavior is often so irritating. Anasema ulikuuliza teke shingapi? Huyu anasema wamlipe tu 5k story isha.
Oh, pigwe 5k.
Yeah, 5k teke moja.
No, but it is also true that he was lining up. But isn't the leadership's responsibility to be better than the ships they are leading? Is it not better? Like, is there not a better way to address someone who's going out of line than kicking them?
There's another feedback here that it's very important we do a follow-up.
Yes.
There's a guy called Dominic saying that mnajifanya mjaona hiyo video ya Joram anataka kuwa mse mwingine. So it's a video, it's an extension of one of the aides for Senator. Senator Wapi, Trans Nzoia, after that main story came. So kuna nini amepigwa leo. The aide now was beating one of the journalists mwenye alikuwa amefanya follow up on that particular story. So it's something that we should condemn. So it's a video that is doing rounds across the social media. So yes, we are condemning that as well. Thank you, Dominic, for raising that as well.
Citizen, I think we should actually touch on that story. Let's talk about that story, please. Because residents in Kitale town and its outskirts now claim that operatives linked to a top local leader purchased every copy of one of the local dailies after it published an article about the leader before dawn, leaving vendors without a single edition. Now, the move, eyewitness say, was aimed at suppressing the front page image of the senator who was recently implicated in an alleged 60 million shilling fake ambulance deal that defrauded National by 6 a.m. Readers reported that the paper was unavailable across the town, fueling speculation of a coordinated cover-up. I don't know. I think we are now getting into a moment in time where information is being passed in real time. And I believe that our biggest strength as citizens is in the power of instant communication. So social media platforms, it could be text, it could be calls, but people are making observations and they're very serious about how our leaders are conducting themselves. I hope this will inform our decision on how we get to vote. I don't know. I don't. Do we have amnesia wakati tunafika kwa ballot?
No.
Ama kunaendaje?
Sometimes I wonder, how do they think this thing works? You know, sometimes I do not just get it. So because you buy all papers across the county, the story disappears. Like, how does he imagine this thing works? That now washosho hawataiona ama hawatasikia
haitaongelewa kwa baraza.
Because now, by doing what he did, he's made a bigger deal of the story.
He actually amplified
that if he had just let people read the story, only Bungoma people would have cared, then that would have been it.
But now it's a national issue.
Tanzania, exactly. Tanzania, sorry. And now it's a national issue. Everyone is talking about it. And this is what I'm saying. Guys, you do realize what citizen responsibility is and how much it is going to mean for us to have the final say.
Yeah.
Time is done when we are treating politics like it's a game.
Yeah.
Like nani kama Arsenal and Man U, we banter each other during the political period. Nani atashinda, then that's it. No.
It's for the selected few.
Exactly. Unless it's it. No, we can't treat it like that anymore.
Kuwa kadi.
Yani kuwa kadi. That's what we are saying. And kuwa kadi ni ati make sure that your responsibility, your voice, that thing, we can't keep self-sabotaging. Hatuwezi keep self-sabotaging at every single time we are voting against our interests, lakini we just keep doing it because it is interesting or funny and then we complain all over again. No, hatutafanya hivyo. Raundi, like all those Facebook pages, the counties, constituencies, the wards, please have those conversations there.
Okay. Let's not. We have only about 2 minutes, my people.
2 minutes
to finish the show, and I want us to talk about Morocco.
Okay.
Ebu Ndenga, what do you have to say about this
incident? Okay, it's okay. Tuongelele Morocco na mambo ya football.
Sawa, wacha tuende Morocco.
Tuongelele mambo ya football.
Call to action, chukua kadi, register today as a voter. Acha tuingie Morocco. Morocco have been declared the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations champions. Laughable. After a CAF stripped Senegal of the title following a major ruling of the final CAF confirmed by that Senegal actually forfeited the match under tournament regulations, with the result officially recorded at 3 goals win. Now, listen, I don't even want to continue the script. Nataka tu muniambia haraka real quick. Make your comments known, because kulikuwa na also another incident where Gambia and Morocco was involved. Na nasemekana kwamba kulikuwa na discrepancy pale. So it means that in 76, that game Gambia pia wanafaa wapatiwe title ya 1976. Real quick, Ndenga, what do you think about this whole incident?
Yes, I want to stand with Senegal. As always people have been saying kwa social media, Morocco might have won it on email or on paper, but kwa ground too heavy. Senegal has it.
Inanikumbusha elections zetu sana. Ebu niambie, Didimus, what do you think about this?
Election gani specifically?
Zote.
Bro.
Yes. The first time I saw this story, I actually thought it was a prank. Nilidhani tu ni zile tu mtu anachukua story alafu anajaribu kutudanganya, alafu like wait, it's not 1st of April. Mbona mtu anafanya hivi? Because it did not make sense, especially considering that they all agreed to go back to the field. They all played, they all tried to take away the towel from the goalkeeper so that his gloves are wet and the ball slips, lakini wakashindwa. So they might have it on paper, but in our minds we know Senegal won.
By the way, Matu, talking about the towel, kwa nini, why are we not talking about the incident of Morocco, the kunyanganya towel from the semis, quarters and everything?
No, we can't. That's
what? Real quick.
Mimi, very quick is 2 things that shock me, or I wonder, just a point of wondering. I wonder how Senegal is going to go with this to the end, because now the league is going to come back again. And CAF is still going to be the ones who are doing the league. So, mukikata nayo, how is it going to play out in the next round of qualification?
Maybe I'm saying fair trade would be one thing.
Yes.
Morocco walked out in 1976.
Yes.
They received that penalty because Gambia were the champions in 1976.
Yes.
Sawa. Champions on paper, champions on ground, but Senegal really proved one thing, that unfair trade should not be left unmarked. Sasa, so mtu asikutreat vibaya juu anajua anaweza get away with it. Right now, we're going to get into a documentary that you need to catch on before we get into the news later on Friday Night Rave. Gentlemen, you've been a great sport.